What causes universal joint failure? Several factors can contribute to universal joint failure. Here are some common causes. 1. Lack of lubrication. Universal joints rely on proper lubrication to reduce friction and wear. If the joint is not adequately lubricated, either due to insufficient grease or lack of regular maintenance, the bearings can wear out quickly, leading to joint failure. 2. Contamination. Contaminants such as dirt, dust, water, or debris can enter the universal joint and disrupt the smooth movement of the bearings. This can accelerate wear and cause premature failure. Contamination is more likely to occur in off-road vehicles or machinery operating in dusty or wet environments. 3. Misalignment. Universal joints are designed to accommodate angular misalignment between the shafts they connect. However, excessive misalignment beyond their intended range can put additional stress on the joint, leading to accelerated wear and eventual failure. Misalignment can be caused by improper installation, bent or damaged shafts, or worn-out companion flanges. 4. Overloading. Universal joints have specific torque ratings, and exceeding these limits can cause them to fail. Overloading can occur due to aggressive driving, towing heavy loads, or operating machinery beyond its recommended capacity. Excessive torque puts stress on the joint's components, leading to fatigue and eventual failure. 5. Wear and age. Universal joints are subject to normal wear and tear over time. The repeated movement, vibrations, and stress they experience can cause the bearings, seals, and other components to wear out. As the joint ages, the risk of failure increases, especially if regular maintenance and inspections are neglected. 6. Impact or excessive shock loads. Sudden impacts or shock loads transmitted through the driveline can damage the universal joint. This can occur during aggressive driving, off-road use, or when the vehicle encounters potholes, curbs, or other obstacles. High-impact forces can cause the joint's components to deform, crack, or break. 7. Corrosion. Universal joints that are exposed to moisture, road salt, or corrosive environments are susceptible to rust and corrosion. Corrosion weakens the joint structure and can lead to premature failure of its components. 8. Manufacturing defects. In some cases, universal joint failure can be attributed to manufacturing defects or poor quality control. Faulty materials, incorrect tolerances, or inadequate heat treatment during the manufacturing process can result in weaker joints that are more prone to failure. 9. Excessive operating angles. Universal joints have a specific operating angle range within which they can effectively transmit torque. If the operating angles exceed these limits, it can cause binding, increased stress, and accelerated wear on the joint. This can lead to premature failure. It is important to ensure that the operating angles of the universal joints are within the manufacturer's recommended specifications. 10. Vibration and resonance. Excessive vibrations and resonance can contribute to universal joint failure. Vibrations can result from imbalanced driveline components, worn-out suspension components, or driveline misalignment. These vibrations can cause additional stress on the joint and its bearings, leading to wear and failure over time. 11. Improper installation. Incorrect installation of a universal joint can cause it to fail prematurely. This can include issues such as improper torque specifications during fastening, misalignment during installation, or using incorrect components that do not match the specifications of the driveline system. 12. Axle wrap. Axle wrap is a phenomenon that occurs in vehicles with leaf spring suspensions under heavy torque loads. It causes the axle to rotate and twist, putting additional stress on the universal joint. Repeated axle wrap can lead to joint failure, especially if the joint is not designed to handle such loads. 13. Severe operating conditions. Universal joints operating in extreme conditions, such as high temperatures, heavy loads, or constant stop-and-go driving, are more prone to failure. These demanding conditions can accelerate wear and fatigue on the joint's components, leading to premature failure. 14. Lack of maintenance. Regular maintenance, including inspections, lubrication, and replacement of worn-out components, is crucial for the longevity of universal joints. Neglecting maintenance can allow minor issues to escalate into major problems, leading to joint failure. 15. Age and mileage. Universal joints, like any mechanical component, have a finite lifespan. Over time, the constant movement, stress, and wear can degrade the joint's components, leading to failure. Higher mileage vehicles are more susceptible to universal joint failure due to the accumulated wear and tear. It's important to note that multiple factors can interact and contribute to universal joint failure. Regular inspections, proper maintenance, and addressing any issues promptly can help mitigate the risk of universal joint failure and ensure the reliability of the driveline system. How to care for universal joint. Proper care and maintenance of universal joints can help extend their lifespan and prevent premature failure. Here are some essential steps to care for universal joints. 1. Regular inspections. Periodically inspect the universal joints for any signs of wear, damage, or looseness. Look for indications such as rust, corrosion, excessive play, leaking grease, or worn-out components. Inspections can help identify potential issues early on and allow for timely repairs or replacements. 2. Lubrication. Universal joints rely on proper lubrication to reduce friction and wear. Follow the manufacturer's recommendations for lubricating the joints. Some universal joints have grease fittings or zerks that allow for easy lubrication. Use the appropriate grease specified by the manufacturer and apply it at the recommended intervals. Proper lubrication helps maintain smooth operation and prevents excessive wear. 3. Address misalignment issues. Excessive misalignment of the universal joint can lead to accelerated wear and failure. Ensure that the driveline components are properly aligned and that the operating angles of the joint are within the manufacturer's specifications. If misalignment is detected, it may be necessary to adjust or realign the driveline to minimize stress on the joint. 4. Avoid overloading in harsh operating conditions. Universal joints have specific torque ratings, and exceeding these limits can lead to premature failure. Avoid overloading the driveline system and operating the vehicle or machinery beyond its recommended capacity. Additionally, minimize exposure to extreme operating conditions, such as excessive heat, heavy vibrations, or severe off-road use, as these factors can accelerate wear and stress on the joints. 5. Protect from contaminants. Universal joints are susceptible to damage from contaminants such as dirt, dust, water, and debris. Protect the joints from excessive exposure to these elements, especially in off-road or dusty environments. Regularly clean the driveline components to remove any accumulated dirt or debris that may affect the joint's performance. 6. Maintain proper suspension and driveline components. A well-maintained suspension system and driveline components can help reduce stress on the universal joints. Regularly inspect and replace worn-out bushings, mounts, and other relevant components to ensure proper alignment and minimize vibrations that can affect the joints. 7. Follow manufacturer's guidelines. Always refer to the manufacturer's guidelines and recommendations for maintenance and care of the universal joints. They may provide specific instructions regarding lubrication intervals, torque specifications, operating angles, and other important considerations. 8. Maintain proper torque specifications. During installation or any maintenance work involving the universal joint, ensure that the fasteners, such as bolts or straps, are tightened to the manufacturer's specified torque. Using a torque wrench will help ensure proper tightening without over-tightening or under-tightening, which can affect the joint's performance and lifespan. 9. Replace worn-out components. If the universal joint shows signs of significant wear, including excessive play, damaged bearings, or worn-out seals, it is important to replace the worn-out components promptly. Continuing to operate the vehicle or machinery with a worn-out universal joint can lead to further damage and potential failure. 10. Monitor and address vibrations. excessive vibrations in the driveline can put additional stress on the universal joints. Monitor the vehicle or machinery for any unusual vibrations during operation. If vibrations are detected, have the driveline system inspected by a qualified professional to identify and address the underlying cause, which may include worn-out universal joints. 11. Avoid excessive angles during operation. While universal joints are designed to accommodate angular misalignment, minimizing extreme operating angles can help reduce stress on the joint. Avoid operating the vehicle or machinery at maximum allowable angles for extended periods if possible. If you frequently encounter extreme operating angles, consider upgrading to a universal joint with higher torque and angle capabilities. 12. Follow proper installation procedures. When installing a new universal joint or replacing a worn-out one, follow the manufacturer's recommended installation procedures. This includes ensuring proper alignment, using the correct torque specifications, and verifying that all components are properly seated and secured. 13. Consider regular maintenance intervals. Depending on the application and usage, it may be beneficial to establish a regular maintenance schedule for universal joints. This can include periodic inspections, lubrication, and component replacements based on the manufacturer's recommendations or the specific operating conditions of the vehicle or machinery. 14. Consult the vehicle or machinery manual. Refer to the owner's manual or maintenance guide provided by the vehicle or machinery manufacturer. These resources often include specific care and maintenance instructions for universal joints based on the particular make and model. If you notice any signs of wear, damage, or abnormal operation in the universal joint, it is important to address the issue promptly. By following these care and maintenance practices, you can help ensure the optimal performance and longevity of your universal joints. Regular inspections, proper lubrication, and addressing issues promptly will go a long way in preventing premature failure and maintaining the reliability of your driveline system. That's all we have for you in today's video. It's very good to have you here on our channel. If you liked the video, please smash the like button and do consider subscribing if you haven't already. We hope to see you soon with another video. Until then, stay safe.